Hello everyone, and we're back with an early access game called Paleon, where you start years and years and, well, billions of years ago. So this is just a quick video, well, I say quick video, it'll be about 20-30 minutes roughly, just on the gameplay. So you can control the time with 1, 2 and 3. You can pause it with space and WASD to move around. So the first thing we want to do is find a nice open space like this. But we're also going to need food. Now you do get these, which is normally near where you want to build because it helps give you a constant access of food. So that seems to be the best place, but this is more open. So I'm going to build here and have to send my poor monkeys over here. So we've got a cut tool in the bottom right, which allows it to select auto harvest. Now nothing's popped up while time stops, so now you can see they'll auto harvest it. It is the only one that regrows. Everything else doesn't regrow. But what we're also going to need to do is gather some resources. Now we've only got 3 people, so we don't want too much. So as we can see, they are now gathering that, and because I have nowhere to store it, they'll just abandon it, but they'll also keep gathering until it's all done before they would start stockpiling. And as you can see, there's little bits of experience. This goes onto the progress points at the top right, and as each one of and as that's filled, we're able to unlock new technologies, which we will go more into when we can unlock one, as to which ones are usually the better ones to start with. So we let them build. Now we want to stay near some water because we've got our little building things on the bottom. So we've got a food menu, so I want one of those there, and I'm going to need a place for them to cook it. So as you can see, he's just brought it over and now he's building it. We do have houses and a trading post, different roads, different productions, storages, and religious sorts of buildings. So what we're going to need is one of those. So as you can see, we're still a few points short, so we'll just get them to gather more of this. Get the points up. So now we have a progress point. So we have several different technologies. The red ones require another previous technology. The white ones we can build, so we do not require all of these to unlock any of these. So the first one I always find to go for, which is a better one, is stone tools. Because although you can start crafting tools, there are only wooden ones to begin with. So now we can get them to start making some tooling. All of which helps with what they want to with speeding up progress is. So until you get stone tools, you can't mine any of these. Making tools also gives you progress points. It gives you slightly more progress points than just harvesting. But of course you don't want to just make like 300 of one tool. So now what we're going to do is go for the next one and unlock the next item. Of course they haven't got a house to sleep in, so they're sleeping on the floor. Or in some cases standing on the air. So what we're also going to need is a mine, as this has every single mineable resource available. So you do not, if you run out of any of this, you can always get more. So we've got the next one. Right, so next one I normally prefer to go for is the clay hut, because you also get bigger storage. And as it says, it's literally just made out of clay. So housing. We've only got 3 people, so we'll just go for 2 of these, because they all generally sleep in the same hut. Then if we go to the storage, we now have clay barns. Now you will need a few of these, and they're the biggest storage you can possibly get at this current time in the early access. They won't pick up tools off the ground. They'll have to be in a storage in order for them to pick them up and use them. We have also got wild animals going past, and you are able to tame them once you have unlocked the correct... which one was it? It was animals domestication. And then you can tame the animals and get different resources from the different animals. So if you click on it, you can see what they've delivered. So now by the looks of it, I am now out of wood. But I have some more here I can gather. So every so often you will have a new settler, which you can either say yay or nay on. Normally you just go yay, because you're normally at the right spots. So now everyone else is delivering, this person was just building. So now, as they continue to transport the stuff to the building sites, someone just ran off and I don't know where they've gone. Oh, they've gone to go and harvest the food. So now that we have storage, they will take these to the barn. So we have a hunting tool, a fishing tool, tool that helps with harvesting, tool that helps with wood cutting, tool that helps when planting seeds, which comes in a later technology, and tools that allow us to help mine this, or picks. So now what we do is we just give them a couple of minutes just to transport all this loose material to the barn. And now they're starting to collapse on the floor again. They even finished one? No, they just... And once again... So, on the right we've also got a list of what we have in storage. So, we have got no more clay, so I need to get more clay. So now they're beginning to take the tools to the barn, and then they'll start picking them up when they use them. So as we can see, he's just picked a harpoon up and will now start fishing. So what we want to do is gather all of that, because we need the wood and we need the clay. And as I say, this is quite an early access game, so with what they've done so far on it, it's been pretty good. And as with most early access games, because they're pretty much just the basics, there's always room for improvement, and more updates, so we don't know what they're planning to add in. They could be planning on putting in a rival tribe somewhere, whether or not they're on the map, on this map in a different spot, or if they're off map and you have to go and find them. So now they are just transporting. So you've got your roads which allow different transportation speeds. So I want to put roads there and across there. So we've got two different things. So what I want to do is make that infinity and make that infinity. So now they'll cook the foods, the raw foods, nothing but the raw foods. And then we're going to want one of these, because when we click on an animal, it has an age. So when it reaches the age, it passes on, and it drops meats, it drops meat, hides, depending on what the animal is. So of course, you don't have to go and hunt them down with your people. Up here we have prioritations, animals, so we can just have one person focus on fishing, one person focus on cutting trees, gathering, mining, all the others. And we have unlocked another one. So the next one I generally want is agriculture. Because what I can do now is I want to clear a nice little spot, say there. I can now go and take off the auto cuts. Because I now have the ability to grow them closer. So of course they're building my roads, which makes it quicker for them to go around. And we have a new settler who's bringing some resources with them. So as they do that, we now have a new tab for farming. So when it's right near water, it stays constantly damp. So I prefer to go about 5 across and another 5 across. Because we have, get rid of that one. So we have 5 different things we can grow. So we do that, copy that. Then we do this and go for grapes because grapes are constant. Then we want oak trees so that we've got a nice supply of wood. And we'll go for some flax for the last one. So now, as you can see, because it's raining, the soil moisture is at 100%. We do get a technology that allows us to irrigate, so we can dig up this bit and they'll stay constantly damp, allowing for much better growth progressing. So we are near the next one. They're all going to get food. So we've got a rough layout of how we're going to build our farm. So now we can put in the road. So one there, and one. Just take those ones. Oh, I can't cancel those roads. Okay. So I'm going to be growing food on roads. So we have now got our roads, which makes it quicker for them to get here and back. So we still need some more clay. So we've got plenty of clay here, nice amount here and there. So I'm going to say mine this one and harvest that one. So now we're getting more clay, so we'll be able to finish these buildings off. We've also unlocked another point. So this one you've got irrigation and you've got irrigation canals. This is what allows you to dig pathways, essentially, across. There's also mud brick huts, dolmens, defense, and bridges. Ovens, spinning, pottery. Well, we need pottery. The next one I'm also going to need is the charcoal kiln, because later technologies just require charcoal. Earlier ones can just use wood. Other ones generally need charcoal, so on to my resources. So I can now build a kiln. If you press some buildings, you can press R on and it will rotate them. Some not. So we will put one there. And what we will do is we will set it for 5 raw skins. So as soon as they start getting the skins, they'll start drying them. I appear to be out of stone, which is why my pathways are not being made. So everything pretty much just needs clay to finish off, which we have now got plenty of. So what I will do now is mine this bit out to give me a bit more space on this side, and also to give me the stone to finish this off. So of course, if you struggle to find at the beginning great bushes, you can make spears and hunt for meat, or try and catch fish. As you can see, the plants are growing nicely. they've evolved from seeds into sprouts. So because I only decided to make 2 stone pickaxes, only 2 can do the mining, whilst the others transport it back. But this one will always keep fishing because they do. Yes, Skits. So now they're gathering the stone. I've got someone cooking the fish. Someone finishing off my buildings. So when we look at this, can use either. Just need someone to put it in there. And for me to tell them to make some pots. Now you need pots in order to milk the cows. So now what I also want is I want this out of my way. So we have a new settler who brings some more stuff with them. So in order to get to the copper smelting, I need to unlock the charcoal kiln because it requires that. So now what I want to do is go to here, build one of these about there. Eventually they'll take the clay there and get that sorted. Can I deconstruct that now? No, I can't. I still can't get rid of the floor I put under him by accident. Yeah, I can still grow on it. So you do get the experience for constructing buildings, you just don't get it for constructing floorings. So all the XP is only for your progress points. It doesn't boost any of their own stats for anything. Oh, I can get rid of it now. Oh, thank criminy for that. Good. Get rid of those. There we go. Now we've got a nice little farming area. With pretty much quick access flooring. So now as my little guys keep going, so they've built this, so I want about 15 to start with because I need to get a nice little stockpile before here we go. So now I can unlock copper tooling. So the green is the copper. As I say, you can mine it all from your mine once you've finished draining the land of its resources. And we get a new tab unlocked for smelting and metallurgy. So what I want to do is I want to put one there near my storage, and I need some of these which speeds up the progress. So now I can set that to infinity for now, and I need a copper smithy, which I will put just there as well. What I will also do is that. So I've got a nice little squarish area. So obviously what I'm going to need to do now is actually get hold of copper. Here we go, mine that, and mine that, and mine that one. So once I get the copper, I can start upgrading my tools. To start with, I will go for, let's say 4 copper pickaxes. 4 copper pickaxes should do nicely. There we go, so now that's running. So it's only got a speed of ×1. Once these are built, they add another 0.25 to the speed. So 2 of them makes it 1.5 times quicker. So there's the first one, which means we're going to be able to make our first pickaxe. However, because of how long it takes, I can actually start making the bronze ones first. And then I can do the iron ones by the time I finish making any bronze. As we can see. So in order to make bronze, I need to get tin, which is this one. So I can now take that one off. And then mine the tin. Once again, we'll try 4 of these. And another person. So we get a it's a 1-to-1 for a 2 ratio. So of course we only have to make 2 of these, we'll do that twice, and we get enough to make the pickaxes. So we got our little farm that's pretty much ready to start harvesting soon. So now we've got someone making the pickaxes. And of course they will swap and use the best pickaxes, the best tools available. Just as soon as someone puts it in storage. Okay. So now we've got someone who is dropping off parts. We've got our farmers. They have hoes, so they do it quicker than he does. Oh. So now we're on iron. Then the next one's steel. So of course now we need to find iron, which is this one. So not too far away, nice little spot. There and those. So of course once you've mined out, removed, made a nice little flat surface for you to expand. Of course, it's limited at the moment for how far you can go and what you can get. But as I say, because it's early access, it should all... They will probably add more text, more different enemies, so the fences you build are actually more usable. Can turn that off now. There we go. So now I can get steel. Steel. So what do we need? We need lime, iron ore, and charcoal. Okay, so we'll set that back onto it. Set that to infinity now. So I'm going to need another one of these just to produce the lime. So metallurgy, that one. Another one there. There we go. Set limestone to infinity. And then what we're going to need is an iron smithy in order to make the best tools. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to make 4 iron bars just so that they can make this. Did they finish my pickaxes? They have finished my pickaxes. So now they are all getting to work. So now I need 4 of these to make that. And then after that I can tell them to start making steel. So what have we got? 25 out of 40, 52 out of 72, 10 out of 42. Right, so as I'm now going to need the skins, I'm going to have to hunt down the boar, which I generally try to avoid doing. So there we go. I'll bring the rest of the materials back. Got a new person who's brought a couple of copper pickaxes with him as well. And some charcoal. Have I run out of... Yes, so I have run out of harpoons now. What have we got? We've got bronze, so we'll make one of those for my fisher. So of course the tools will have a usage life on them. So if we click on this person, click on that, it has 40 uses. How are we doing? So that's on the last one. And now I can tell it to do unlimited steel. Here we go, so now we got this. So now we can make the very best. So 500% on mining. So we'll go for 2 of those, 2 of these, 2 of these. Pretty much 2 of each tool to start with. So we've got a 70% chance of catching fish now with the steel one. And 14 damage, which makes it easier to kill stuff. And as we get two bits of steel for all of this, we can make the tools quicker. What we can also do is mine 10 more limestone from there. Go to our progress point. So we've pretty much unlocked all the tooling we're going to need. So it's pretty much just carrying on and unlocking everything else. So you can get fish traps, so you don't have to have someone fishing for them. You can make alcoholic drinks, different weapons, irrigation. So as I say, if we click on this one, so do that one. So now next I can unlock this, which means that they can dig a path across there, which keeps all the ground damp and helps with helps speed up the growing. So because of how slow it is, it's generally easier just to clear the map first, even if it's halfway across the map. There we go, another dried skin. So now 2 people can work on it, and it's now 1.5 times faster. So what have we got left to make? Oh, just the 2 pickaxes. Oh, new point. So now I can show you the irrigation canal. So we've got a new dig tool. So what we want to do is just go straight across there and then straight across there. Okay, so now all of this will stay damp and it will help with the growth. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Just a quickish look at Paleon, early access game, which has been pretty good. And I'm hoping to see more. So like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next one.